Hey guys, Jason here, and back to school season is upon us already, and unfortunately that does mean the end of summer freedom for us students, but at least there is some silver lining because there are a ton of sweet price drops on back to school tech going on right now. I've been scouring the internet for some time looking for the biggest price drops and the best laptops, backpacks, power banks, headphones, computer accessories, smartphones, all that good stuff, and today we're going to run through all of these amazing tech deals in this video. So the first deal I found for you guys is actually a crazy price drop on the Acer Aspire E15, which you can pick up from the link in the description below for only $300. And actually, all the deals featured in this video are linked down below, so make sure to hop on those links quick before prices change or things sell out. So this laptop is from the Acer Aspire E15 lineup, which I am definitely very familiar with because that's what my everyday work and editing laptop is from. And this laptop we're looking at here has an i3 processor with 6 gigs of RAM, so it's slightly less spec'd out than my laptop, but I still think it's an amazing deal for students. If you don't need all that power, but you still want a laptop that's full size with some decent amount of power for just performing everyday tasks and you don't want to drop a ton of cash, this is an amazing deal. It's also refurbished, which basically means it's a like-new product in like-new packaging, and it's never been used by someone. It's completely different from being a used product. It's not been used, but it is in the same condition as a new product. So definitely check out this laptop. It's running Windows 10, great for students from the link down below. Next up is the Tocode laptop backpack, which is, in my opinion, the best laptop backpack for back to school. Now, I've definitely reviewed my fair share of backpacks. You know that if you've been following my channel for some time, and I've tried everything from the gaudiest to the most minimal backpacks of all time, and this backpack stuck out to me by not sticking out to me. It holds laptops up to 17 inches, so it's a really good laptop backpack that'll fit basically every single laptop out there. It's got 3 huge main compartments for storing all your books and your stuff, your crap, whatever you want to throw in there, and it's got a whole bunch of inner pockets for smaller things. It does have a couple of tech-centered features like that USB port for charging things on the go, which honestly I never use, and it does have that laptop sleeve for holding your laptop, but honestly besides that, it's really not a tech-centered backpack. It doesn't look like a super geek, gadgety person's backpack, if you know what I mean. So for $37, it's a really well-rounded backpack that covers all the bases and nothing else, and I definitely recommend it. Whew. Next is another personal favorite piece of tech, the Creative Outlier 1 for only $25, down from usually around $50. Now, these guys are honestly one of my favorite pieces of tech. When I first got these sent to me about a year ago, I started using them for a little bit and quickly they became like my favorite go-to piece of audio tech. Honestly, from any pair of headphones or speakers or earbuds, these are my favorite to listen to audio with. Whether it's music, movies, videos, editing on the go, these are my favorite piece of audio tech. They're super stylish matte black wireless earbuds, so they are wireless, they're Bluetooth, and they're definitely on that future train of listening to music wirelessly. They have incredibly long battery life, they're IPX4 certified for sweat resistance, they're the best earbuds period, honestly, for your average person that's not an audiophile and doesn't want next level audio quality. So if you're a student, you're looking for earbuds, you got $25 to drop, these are the best earbuds you're ever gonna find. Hopping down the list, next is this crazy deal on a Scepter 24-inch 1080p monitor for only $80. Now, let me tell you all a story. Last year, I found an HP monitor for $99 for the back to school tech guide last year, and that was an amazing deal there. So I wanted to kind of up the ante this year and find a monitor that was even cheaper. I wasn't even sure if I was going to succeed, but I did. I found this guy, the Scepter 24-inch 1080p monitor for $80, $20 less, and this is honestly a better monitor anyway. It's 1080p, like I said, full HD. It has a crazy thin bezel. It's thin in design, so it's not an ugly monitor with focus only on the resolution. It's a nice, well-rounded monitor anyway. And honestly, you've got $80 to drop and you want a 1080p monitor, definitely check this guy out. The next deal is the Xiaomi 10,000 mAh power bank for only $23. And the reason this is such a good deal is because the most popular back to school power bank is from Anker, and it's also a 10,000 mAh power bank, but it is significantly uglier and it costs about $12 more. So why pay more for a power bank that's the exact same in terms of capacity and also looks uglier? I don't get that, so definitely check this guy out. It has 10,000 milliamp hours of capacity, which is all you could need. That's even like a significant chunk that you can carry around to charge your laptop with, and it has up to 18-watt fast charging, and it intelligently adjusts the power output, so it's not gonna fry a device that doesn't have fast charging, and if you have devices that have fast charging, it's gonna work with those as well. It's super slim, it's got a nice aluminum case, so it's gonna hold up over time as opposed to that Anker one, which is plastic, so definitely check this guy out. Number 6 on the list is another refurbished deal, this time on the blue Snowball Ice for only 36 bucks. And I'm pretty sure you've heard of the Snowball. Pretty much everybody has heard of the Snowball if you've looked into upping your audio gear. It's like the best microphone, the best budget microphone for upgrading your audio quality for beginning YouTubers, podcasters, filmmakers, all kinds of different uses for this mic, but it is the best audio quality on a budget. And now you can get it for 36 bucks instead of 50 bucks, which is the retail price. I wish I found this deal, or I wish it existed back when I bought the Snowball, because I spent 50 bucks when I first got it, and I definitely recommend picking it up. And now that you can get it for 36 bucks, I even more strongly recommend that if you want to upgrade your audio quality, you definitely check this guy out. And if you're already a subscriber of mine, you're already a part of the Arium TV family, you know I uploaded a video a while ago called Do Not Buy the Blue Snowball Ice without watching this video. You can watch it up in the top right corner of the screen. It's basically about how to edit your audio quality to get the best out of this mic. Highly recommend watching it, and seriously, don't buy the Blue Snowball without watching that video. It is important that you edit your audio always. Next up is another refurbished deal. It's last year's Galaxy S9 for only 340 bucks. The S9 is usually around 400 or 500 bucks if you buy it non-refurbished, so the fact you can get the exact same, like new product for a lot less cash is amazing. Y'all already know the S9 was last year's Samsung flagship, and it's not the newest Galaxy, but you have to keep in mind it's still incredibly capable, and it covers all the bases for your average consumer that doesn't need to have the fastest, greatest, bestest, newest phone. It has the Infinity display, it's IP68 waterproof, it has amazing cameras still in 2019, it's an overall well-rounded smartphone, and it's definitely a pickup worth considering. Like Marques Brownlee says, cheap phones are getting good, and good phones are getting cheap, and that is exemplified when you look at the fact that you can get last year's flagship, the S9, for 340 bucks. And part of that is the fact it's refurbished, like new, but still, 340 for a flagship that's only 1 year old, check that out. Just in case you aren't interested in last year's flagship and maybe you want to pick up the Galaxy S10, well, I got you there too. This is an insane price drop I found on this year's S10 at only 660 bucks. New flagships these days are about 1,000 bucks when they drop. It's thanks to the iPhone 10 when it started that trend, and even though the S10 was released a little while back, it's still around $800 most places you look. However, like I said, for only 660 bucks we got the international version of the S10, which is an amazing deal. International version basically means that a phone wasn't meant to be sold in the United States. It was designed and packed and shipped and prepared to be sold in another country somewhere out of the United States, and that's the case with this phone. And it doesn't mean the phone's going to be in like a different language and you're not going to be able to use it in the United States. It's literally the exact same phone but just prepared for a different country. But in this case, it does mean that this phone only works with GSM carriers like AT&T or T-Mobile. So if Verizon or Sprint is the way you're trying to go with this phone, it's not going to work, unfortunately. But if you are using AT&T, T-Mobile, still definitely a pickup worth considering. It's got a 6.1-inch AMOLED screen, Gorilla Glass 6, just as much RAM as my computer at 8 gigabytes, which is absolutely ridiculous, and Android Pie. It's literally the best phone out right now, the most capable phone. So if you want to get it for 660 bucks instead of 1,000 or 800, definitely check out the link down below. Jumping into photography/videography land for a bit, next up is the Panasonic Lumix G7, my camera, for only 498 bucks with the kit lens. This is probably the biggest price drop on the entire list thus far, a full $300 price drop, and the fact it's on the best budget 4K camera out right now is just icing on the cake. This is a 16 megapixel camera, it's got a touchscreen, it's mirrorless, so it's way smaller than a traditional DSLR, and it's a really well-rounded camera for videographers and photographers. About a year and a half ago when I first started looking around for a camera to buy to up my video quality, I was really trying to balance between a really expensive camera or a cheap camera that wouldn't really function as well, and I found this camera to be that perfect balance with 4K video but also not being too expensive. So I know it's a nice camera, I've had it for a year and a half, I've used it since then, and I'm using it to film this this video right now, so I'm very aware that this is literally the best 4K camera out right now. So photographers, videographers, you want to upgrade your camera, you want to get a camera for the first time, this is the one you want to do it with now that you can spend $498 instead of $800, which is what I spent on this camera. So definitely check out that deal. Next up, we are keeping the crazy price drops coming with the HP EliteBook Folio for only $210. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I've never heard of this laptop before. I've never heard it featured in a video or never even saw it online before. But if I asked you if you could find a laptop with an Intel Core i5, 8GB of RAM, and 180GB SSD for $210, would you believe me? I wouldn't have believed myself if someone told me that. And yet here we are with this insane deal in front of us. So this is a 14-inch laptop with Windows 10, all the specs I just named, which are absolutely incredible for $210. So seriously, if you need a laptop that's a little bit smaller than the ones we talked about before, but has more power for only $210, which is crazy, definitely check this guy out. So earlier on in the list, we talked flagships with deals on the S9 and the S10, but here we have the best budget smartphone of the year, the Redmi Note 7 for only $187. This phone usually runs about $230 to $250, and this deal here is also on the international version, so we're still getting some really solid price drops with this deal. I've actually spent a lot of time with this phone. I bought it myself a couple months back and I used it as a daily driver ever since then, and it honestly really feels like you're using a flagship. It's running Android Pie, has an incredible Full HD 6.35-inch screen, and a 4000 mAh battery. It has 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 660, and a very capable set of cameras, and you cannot go wrong with this smartphone for the price. Next up are the best budget computer speakers of all time for only $25. This is another refurbished deal on the Logitech Z200 speakers, and honestly, if you're in need of a pair of budget computer speakers, these are a must cop. All my friends in the tech space have been talking about these speakers and saying really nice things, and it seems like they have really good clarity and bass for the price, which are not easy for a pair of budget speakers, so that's really nice. They're a pair of 3.5mm headphone jack speakers. They're not wireless, unfortunately, but they do have 2 plugs, it seems, so you can connect them to 2 different devices, which is handy. And honestly, if you need computer speakers and you don't want to drop a ton of cash, $25, pick these guys up. Next up is the Heimvision Sunrise Alarm Clock, which is a product I was actually sent a while ago to review. It's currently only $46, which is a great deal considering the more popular version of this alarm clock sold by Philips is upwards of $60. So I did a full review of this guy, but honestly, it is an amazing Swiss Army knife of an alarm clock. And if you want to watch the full review, then definitely do that from the link in the top right corner. But seriously, there is literally nothing this alarm clock can't do. And if you struggle with waking up or not being able to wake up, then definitely check this guy out, because it has all the features you could ever need for waking up and for radio and for lights and all the different stuff it can do. It's actually kind of crazy, so definitely check this guy out. Continuing the aesthetic home accessories theme for a bit, next up is this deal on salt lamps, 2 for $19. Most salt lamps are actually about that price for 1, so this is a really nice deal to pick up 2 for the price of 1. These salt lamps actually have excellent reviews, so it's not like you're sacrificing the quality of the salt lamps when you get 2 for 1 and you pay less. You're actually getting decent salt lamps with these guys, and apparently you get authentic Crystal Allies certified stone info cards with these guys, which I guess means that the salt is 100% salty and the saltiest it could be to you know, make sure you get the best quality salt with these guys. Anyway, the light bulbs are included, so that's definitely a nice touch. You don't have to run out to Walmart once you get your salt lamps to have to go and get some bulbs they didn't come with, and they're 6 to 8 inches, so they're about medium in size as far as salt lamps go. Definitely a deal worth looking at. Next up is the last refurbished deal I got for you guys. It's the Logitech K480 Bluetooth keyboard. Now, this is one of the nicest looking minimal Bluetooth keyboards out there, and this sweet refurbished deal means you can pick it up for about $10 less than the normal price. It's a full-size keyboard with keyboard shortcuts and with a built-in cradle for Bluetooth devices or the devices that you use with this keyboard. And honestly, if you need a keyboard for your iPad, your tablet, or your smartphone, and you're traveling or on the go, this is a really nice option because it's Bluetooth, it's a really nice design, it's minimal, and yet somehow appealing at the same time. It's just a really nice combo for a really nice price, and I definitely recommend you pick this guy up. So that basically wraps up the main portion of this video and the best of the best deals I found for you guys, but you may have noticed there were no MacBooks or actually any Apple products featured today. So that's mostly because I couldn't really find any sweet deals on Apple products. Apple doesn't usually drop the prices of their products at all, and retailers don't really drop the price either because Apple products hold their value better. But I did stumble across a pretty sweet back to school sale from Best Buy on select MacBooks. The price drops range from $200 to $700 across a huge range of different computers. So I'll just drop one link to the sale page for you to check out all those different discounts yourself. Besides that, if you were looking for a fresh back-to-school deal on glasses, Firmoo, the world's most affordable online glasses retailer, is actually running a deal right now for new customers to pick up a new pair of glasses with free lenses for only $5. This video isn't sponsored, and actually nothing in this video is sponsored, but I got the connects with Firmoo, so I do happen to know they're going to be running their own exclusively back-to-school glasses deal very soon, so keep an eye out for that, and links of course are down below. That is all for this video, and again, if you want to check out any of the deals featured in this video, links are in the description below. Just a heads up, I do earn a tiny percent of sales from the links below, so it's also a great way to support the channel, and I really appreciate it if you do make a purchase. This video took an absolute eternity to make, trying to find the best and the biggest tech deals for you guys, so if you appreciate the effort, please drop a subscribe down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.